And it looks like one of the last South Bay contenders right now, Myro. He is a fan favorite. He's a guy that it's hard not to love. He's an amazing Kirby player. And if Delphiki is playing Sheik, this is going to be a very interesting matchup. Because Sheik does have some tools to deal with Kirby, but if you know the matchup, it can be in Sheik's favor. Kirby has some hard times dealing with needles upon recovery, and using that final cutter to the side, Sheik can knock you right back. And it can be pretty tough when recovering, so you have to have mix-ups all day. Delphiki's made it this far, so he's probably a very solid Sheik.
Sheik's in Project M. I have paradoxical feelings towards Sheik.
Oh, that's not DRGN, that's... Okay. I get them confused because they look so alike.
It's the hand check.
That's DRGN. So this is DRGN and Myro. Where did Myro go? Where did Myro go? He went somewhere. So they're just doing hand warmers right now.
Actually, this is the match. It's just Myro keeps dancing back and forth. Or Delphiki. How do I pronounce that? Delphiki?
No, it's DRGN.
DRGN. Dash dancing, trying to bait Kirby into doing something, Sheik into doing something, but Sheik's just not doing anything. So he threw the match. He just decided I can't do this.
Where is Michael? Michael! Where did you go?
Just double click on player, the box.
That's what I've been doing, but...
Not that. Click, see the thing that says sources? Double click on players. No. Yeah, that. No. Hit cancel. That's the wrong one. I made a mistake. Hit cancel.
Yeah, this name is wrong. It's DRGN. I heard it's DRGN.
Oh crap! That is not Delphiki.
They're brothers, so they look like.
Oh, my bad.
You're a brother.
All right, so you see here, if DRGN in all caps. Sheik actually does have some strong combos on Kirby. I think that the only thing that Kirby really has in return is that, you can gip Sheik pretty easy. Her recovery's not that great. If he's smart and he saves his jumps, ooh. That was an amazing... Standing hammer is so strong.
Oh, God.
When you hammer in the air, you can DI it fairly well, and it loses maybe about 25% of its strength, but on the ground, it destroys, and it sends you straight up.
I mean, that was like a scene out of Dexter. That was just gruesome.
Myro's playing really well right now. Delphiki's not really getting in his face, and he's respecting the space, and I feel like that's something you shouldn't do against Kirby. You need to get in there and get grabs. That was a really good nair, though.
You need to upset Kirby. You need to use weak moves enough that you can keep just abusing him, and because he's light and puffy, floaty, it's not going to be easy to pull off gravity-based combos, so you want to use proximity and space-based combos and landing-based combos especially. And then once Kirby's really...
oh, that was great.
Yeah, that was quality play by Kirby. Then once Kirby's
it looks like DRGN doesn't really know the matchup. It's most likely. We haven't seen a Kirby from Sack yet, but he's definitely trying to put in a lot more damage and critical hits with his Zelda. At the moment, she's not really being utilized with all of her techniques.
Oh my God!
But that was a great kick.
It's like that scene from Dragon Ball Z in the first season when Nappa is going to like barf a laser beam at somebody, and then Goku punches him in the chin and slams his face shut on his own laser beam and like knocks out his teeth. It's like that.
At this point, Myro's getting slowed down with the changeup. but it doesn't look like it's affecting him too much. Durgan is being much more offensive here, but it is super unsafe for Zelda to use fireballs.
Zelda's doing what the hell was that? Zelda used the...
Yep. If you don't know how to DI dash attack, it'll lead right into hammer every single time.
Alright, the way to play this as Zelda is to say, okay, this is my game right now. The game begins now, and my challenge is to take out 2 of Kirby's stocks, and I get 1 life. Like, you don't think of it like, oh, I'm behind, like I have to catch up. You think of it like, today is a new day. Lord, permit me to do for 1 stock what I could not bear to do for 4.
One thing that is pretty noticeable, Myro looks like he has a lot more experience in the matchup. If you don't know the matchup, you will be getting hit with fairs and bears over and over and over again. And it looks like, for the most part, he knows when to shield.
Myro's doing.
He needs to get in a lot more damage on this stock before losing it.
DRGN is doing what he needs to do. Oh, he was.
Oh,
but
that could
Kirby's
have been a
feet,
kill.
Kirby's little pink stockings. They just. What do they have in them? Like anthrax?
Wow, that
like
was a great read. He really knew where that up B was coming up next. And he's got her at 95%. With the dash attack, he could get a side B into... Actually, it won't kill yet. About 110, it can get a kill.
All right. 3 fairs in a row. 3 fairs, dares. That's what Zelda needs to win this. And Kirby needs like a smash or a hammer. He's gonna reach for the hammer. No, he's gonna freak her out. He's gonna do a cross up. Oh God, he meant to tilt. I know he meant to tilt. Oh, that's disappointing. Maybe instead he thought Zelda was gonna roll. There's the reach for the hammer. There's Zelda reaching for the foot. Everyone's throwing out everything they've got. Here it is.
Oh, standing hammer!
Dexter, hammer to the skull.
Good Lord!
Blood
Every time he does
everywhere.
that, I feel like I get hit by a hammer. Oh, it's crazy. That was a crazy match. Now really comes to the point where we have to ask, can you adapt? This is the question. That's the smash question. Every single time you lose, every single time it's close, you have to ask yourself, can you adapt? Yo, what's going on?
I have to go play a couple matches, so I've set up a couple of winners here, and I'm getting issue called losers. No, I haven't, and I'll get them to do it right now because I didn't want to.
All right, so we're having a character switch. Now, I know a lot about the Kirby Marth matchup. I play both characters, and I play against both in both situations. This can be this actually I think is in the favor of Marth. Marth can do really good things with grabs, and his forward smash can go through dash attack. You can also, because of the disjoints, fight against the up B to the side cutter with nairs. So if you know it's coming, if you're good with your reads,
what's a nair?
You have a lot of really good options to deal with Kirby.
But
if you don't know the matchup, a nair with an N.
Nair with an N?
Yes.
Nair, like
if you don't know the matchup, it's going to straight up be really bad for you.
Just hold the edge. There we go. That's how you do the thing.
Myro already has a commanding lead right now.
Yeah, Kirby is.
It's likely that once again he has a lot of knowledge in the matchup. Marth can do really well against Kirby, but if you don't know how to play the game, you're gonna get messed up.
I don't know if Bob Ross painted this match because that's a happy Kirby.
That is definitely a happy Kirby.
I mean, he's just, look at him, he's so joyful. You know, he has a smile on his face all the time, he's adorable, he's pink. It's like what I told you about the pink Squirtle.
Yeah.
But
you
know
see
what?
how Kirby dies at 95% off of a really well DI'd tipper. That's just one of the things that Marth has a lot of advantages in this matchup. But if he doesn't know, then he can't abuse them. And Kirby can really do a lot of work in on Marth. Oh, that dare.
Was so unfortunate. What was Marth trying to do? It's times like these that I wonder if the players are just like having seizures. Like, why on earth would you be pressing the A button at that point? It would be Y or B. Was it a complete fumble? Was it C stick? Maybe his hand, maybe it's like the base of his thumb, you know, here, this part, like hit the
See,
C6.
it looks like Durgan doesn't really know the spacing for Kirby. There are a lot of moments where he can punish really hard that he's just not doing.
Oh, well, there's that's a good offensive. He can pull off that kind of thing.
If you don't pull it off, Marth is one of those characters that can be comboed really hard. Especially since he doesn't have a lot of options when you're under him. It's looked like he's picking up on his advantages in the air right now, and that's one of his strongest things.
Marth's arc above him, 180 degrees, that's a space he owns. In fact, his sword just draws circles around it, but it draws a third of a circle at a time.
Really good wave dash backs from Myro.
Yeah. The question is, which third?
He knows the spacing really well.
Yeah. That's 2/3. There just reaches everywhere.
It's like when you know Marth really well, straight up every time. You're no longer afraid of his spacing. You know where he can go, and if that Marth's not being tricky, you can just bait out attacks all day.
Dude, I'm still afraid of his spacing. I'm whatever. You know what, DC? I think your Marth is just a problem. I think, you know how there's that guy on Jersey Shore who refers to his abs as the situation?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to start referring to your Marth as the problem.
Well, thank you.
It is a compliment.
It looks like
I don't watch Jersey
this is the
Shore.
last
I don't like
stock that Durgan has.
I've never watched Jersey
if he doesn't win right now. So he's trying to think as calculated as possible and not just rush in. He has to think differently than how he did in the previous matches because he can do it 2 stocks, but you have to know what the strengths are. He hasn't really been grabbing Kirby at all. Kirby is actually very grabbable unless you abuse it and they go for a lot of crouches. But overall, you can get a lot of good punishes, even at this percent. But he's not capitalizing on that. Myro is really just slowly racking up percent, playing very patiently, and then finishing off when Marth puts himself in a vulnerable position.
They pulled an armistice.
He had to pick his longest time.
Oh, God.
He had to pick his longest time.
Marth's just saying, this is my rock. I'm king of the hill, son.
That's...
Oh my God, you missed it. Oh my God, you missed it. You dared him.
He got straight up there.
You dared him.
Hard up. Look at the screen.
Well, here they are, looking at each other through a wall.
Okay, see, with these grabs, you can get a lot of really good follow-ups. He just got 60%. You gotta utilize that. If he was doing that from the beginning, things would be a lot different.
Oh, here we go.
Myro's a very patient player. Ooh, he went...
Here we go.
This is a very close match now.
Something is beginning to happen. Marth is beginning to happen. Oh, God.
The
Marth
down
is
smash.
over. Marth ended.
That's the game.
God damn.
He really put in a lot of good work here at the end. He really changed up on his last stock. Myro's just freaking brilliant. Freaking brilliant.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
This man is...
Totally off. You tell me what I'm trying to do, I wasn't even trying.
Whatever, dude. I can't know that. I can't know that while you're doing it. In the middle of the match, I understand. In the middle of the match, if we sound distracting after the first game, let us know. So then we can tone it down.